Hello everyone, this is one unhinged VTuber reacting to another unhinged VTuber. Let's get right into it.
This went super viral, and I think it's absolutely diabolical. Today we're going to be covering one of the darkest stories we've ever covered, and in my opinion, it's something that people need to be talking about. First, I think this is incredibly telling. This is Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks.
I recognize that face. Isn't she on some kind of redemption arc? Although, judging from the title of this video, maybe something terrible happened.
A co-host of the Young Turks with Hassan Piker's uncle Chank Younger, they're all radical left lunatics. They are radical left, in my opinion, people that are inciting people to kill police officers.
Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me that's foreshadowing.
And basically anyone they don't like. I think it is a cesspool breeding ground of demons, and that is accidentally proved live on air. So she is here on a panel with CNN. CNN, all right? Woke libtards on CNN called her out for being a radical, and she absolutely proved their point within seconds.
Exactly. The two parties and how they're treating ICE agents right now, I think Republicans embracing recruitment of ICE and Democrats encouraging violence.
So we're just going to make a statement like that without providing a single shred of evidence.
It's not even.
Whatever Nux is about to say, give it a moment. But, was I the only one who... Was I the only one who heard about all the riots in LA? About people throwing rocks and all kinds of potentially lethal projectiles at ICE agents while they were conducting their routine tasks in LA? Am I the only one who remembers that? I really hope I'm not. Alright. Let's continue to get brain cancer then.
The single shred of evidence. Every single leftist says to fucking do this shit. Every single one.
I can't exactly argue against that.
There are violent riots. You have people saying to blow up cars. Not a single shred of evidence.
The Tesla protests.
Says the everyone's favorite woman that, like, her favorite move is basically screaming, I've noticed from previous debates. But the reality is there's tons of evidence. Hassan Piker does it on his stream all the time. He calls them the Gestapo. Can I endorse violence? That's the funniest part.
Without providing a single shred of evidence.
You have not seen the myriad stories of ICE agents. Democrats every day are calling them the Gestapo.
True.
That helps or hurts.
Well,
Gestapo are Nazi soldiers. All right, so calling them the Gestapo.
Yeah, little history fun fact for you.
Is essentially telling you to kill them. They say punch a Nazi. Also, they're Nazis. So it's like
punch a Nazi. If I'm remembering things correctly, that is a Hassan specific phrase. But when he did have a potential to punch a Nazi for charity, he didn't take it. Mostly because it was for wrestling, and well, if you've seen any of the footage of how pathetic he looks when he's training, I can understand him kind of just wimping out.
You make the fucking logical leap.
They do act like Gestapo when they're showing.
Right, so now she just did it. She just said that they're Nazis.
Someone release me from this timeline.
Essentially, they are Nazi soldiers.
No, well, they are.
They're not. They're deporting people that are illegal in the country. Literally get them all the fuck out of here. Anna Kasparian, with all due respect, shut the fuck up. What are we doing here? These people are such emotional little bitches. The Young Turks is literally just like crying grandmas getting together.
Well, I guess we can officially say that the Anna Kasparian redemption arc has probably been aborted while it was still in the womb.
To pearl clutch and cry about random bullshit that goes on in the world. Like, dude, your opinion means so little because of how little it's based in reality.
But, Nux. We can't forget that she still speaks to a larger audience. One would hope that someone would be a little bit more responsible with their platform if they have so many people listening to them. I say this despite the fact that so many massively followed people just don't exercise any semblance of discipline with their viewers. Every day and every night, I continue to realize why I turn more and more to the more relaxed people, in terms of people that I like giving viewership for entertainment and not political brain rot.
If someone's illegal in the country, get them the fuck out. It's that simple. Everyone agrees.
Completely
except
agreed.
for retards.
They're just showing up
you condone the vote.
trucks.
You condone the mass.
You can go and arrest people that are illegally invading our country and deport them? Yes. Yes.
Illegally invading our country and burning our flags. And waving their national flags in our streets.
And it's incredibly funny.
Who's going to that garbage?
I don't care. We have a democracy, actually, and now, you know, being that we have a democracy, we voted for President Donald Trump, who ran on.
I didn't vote.
Getting rid of illegal immigrants. He won, and unfortunately for you, that's life. Now you can leave. You don't have to stay, but that.
Precisely. Go back to wherever the original Young Turks were from, who attempted to genocide the Jews. Or at least, if I'm remembering what Nux said correctly, that's what they tried to do. Hitler wasn't the first one who tried it.
That's what we're dealing with. It's not a communist utopia, it turns out.
Okay, those people do not deserve to be treated that way. Simply might be undocumented.
Do the ICE agents
might be undocumented. Did they deport anybody that wasn't undocumented? The answer is no.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that the only person that they cite is what was his name? Was it like Armando Abrego Garcia? I know it was Abrego Garcia. I just forgot what his first name was. But like they always cite him, the Maryland man. Oh, he was the Maryland man, who was also a wife beater and a human trafficker. And his wife was attempting to get a restraining order, but then somehow she double turns it back the moment that she realizes she can get social progressive brownie points by saying, "Oh, my husband, he was taken, he was deported." Nobody's falling for this. At least not anymore.
There has not been a single instance so far of someone getting deported.
And one would think that they would move to an actual case of it happening instead of constantly bringing up Abrego Garcia. Like, if there was someone who did actually fit the criteria as a actual documented immigrant that got deported, they would stop talking about Abrego Garcia and they would move on to the person who actually fits the narrative.
That was actually legal in the country. It didn't happen a single time, for the record.
Deserve to be having violent acts committed, rocks thrown at them?
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay, they don't. All right, so she condemns violence.
And those people who do that get arrested, and they should be arrested.
Get they do get arrested. But how long did that take? How long did that take? Because if I can remember very, very, very clearly, they were not arrested the day of. The ICE vehicles that were on their patrol at the time had bricks and other things thrown at them, and they just drove past. If I'm remembering this correctly, protesters were specifically going out of their way to guard the violent ones in order to prevent ICE agents from being able to take them. So they were allowed to fester in the city for multiple days until they finally ended up getting arrested. And there's no outright confirmation that all of the ones that were actually being violent during the protests were actually arrested. Back to murdering my brain.
Right, so she condemns violence, no problem.
Because they've been told the ICE agents are...
However, the fact that in a city like Los Angeles that has a massive immigrant community, when they see their...
Yeah, no one cares about the immigrant community. It's the illegal immigrants that are in...
Well, Nux. Remember, there were certain towns that literally ended up losing 40% of their entire population because 40% of their entire population were illegal immigrants. Now, LA, obviously, not exactly the same thing, but point to reason, can we also point out the fact that she's willfully not acknowledging the fact that there are multiple reports of legal immigrants outright stating how much they detest illegal immigrants, which only functionally makes sense because the one who did it legally had to take abundant amounts of time to legally immigrate to America, whereas the illegal person just walked across the border and they were welcomed in with open arms. Oh my god.
Invading our country that should be deported.
Mothers or fathers or family members rounded up.
Okay.
That leads to a lot of rage and they retaliate. I'm not...
Oh!
Does it lead to a lot of rage, or are you making things up?
So you're kind of endorsing the violence, dude.
That too.
It is amazing how they do this. You shouldn't be violent, but also, if they come for your family, you're not gonna fight back. It's like...
So apparently this is why people are calling her radical. Yeah, she's starting to sound more and more like Hassan.
Okay, alright, so you're endorsing the violence.
saying they should. That is criminal.
They shouldn't, but they do, and
that right there is now just starting to sound like your atypical standard Hassan Piker's plausible deniability. Saying, "Oh, I don't endorse the violence, but I'm going to say that it's going to happen and I understand why it happens." Instead of, I don't know, saying that I know things are emotionally charged, but don't do it because it doesn't look good.
it's good that they do it because it makes sense.
They should not assault
like
a
you're
police
condoning
officer.
it.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like that, right?
Let me just tell you something. Someone messes with my family, I get violent.
Oh!
Do you get violent to the point of murdering people? Do you get violent to the point of wanting to kill people just for acting against your family? Listen, I love my family. I love my family very thoroughly. But unless they do something that wholly justifies me enacting self-defense, you do not violently act against people!
Oh, you are the party of violence! Thank
Each and every time Nux says this, it becomes more and more true. Oh, but January 6th! And, anything else? Anything else? And I mean, a majority, just based on the camera footage of January 6th, was literally peaceful. You literally had people being charted through the Capitol, or you had participating protesters being yanked inside the Capitol building by federal agents against their will. January 6th was not even remotely as violent as they make it out to be. Meanwhile, they set entire cities on fire over the summer because of a man who more than likely died because of a fentanyl overdose.
Thank you so much for coming forward. Thank you for literally coming onto the show to basically say that if someone comes for your family, you should get violent, and you should fight police officers. Thank you. Very cool.
Okay, that's how I feel about family. I protect family.
Good. Point proven. Point proven. The far left is a terrorist organization.
So don't be surprised when people feel...
What if your family is a pedophile? What if
My family is a pedophile. I have no family.
someone is going to arrest your pedophile bestie? Would you fight to defend him? Would you fight on that behalf?
No. I'd be the one putting the handcuffs on.
Well, doesn't matter, does it?
angry when they feel that there's a bunch of feds in their city invading
Their city? They're not even legal in the country. It's their...
Fair point, Nux, fair point.
city? Wait. It's their city? Bro, the far left is actually so fucking retarded. It's amazing.
There's a violent in
going
the country
after
right
people
now.
who are just
Yeah, there's the violent streak.
Yeah,
By the way, a lot of people say that Anna Kasparian is coming around. She's not. She's a complete retard.
She was at one point. It seems she's just dived right back into it. Weren't you sexually assaulted? Weren't you sexually assaulted? Don't you know how much sexual assaulting these people do?
Look, man, I've given her the benefit of the doubt for a while. She is literally like the rest of them, complete fucking degenerate far left freak show. And I have lost all interest in keeping the kitty gloves on because, with all due respect, the story.
Rule number 1, never have the kitty gloves on. Either they do or they don't.
We're gonna be showing you today is probably one of the darkest on the channel, covering like other political YouTubers.
Dangerous talk.
It leads to unrest.
Right.
It leads to a ton of
No,
unrest.
it's more than that. They are attacking.
And by the way, it's
800% increase in attacks on ICE agents.
Yeah, 800% increase in attacks on ICE agents, and you think that it's not being literally spearheaded by the retards, the radical retards on the left? And the answer.
The endless amount of people who call them the Gestapo.
The answer is obviously yes, it is. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this story.
Oh dear. The Young Turks decided this fan Gavin Long to murder for police. Oh yeah, I remember hearing.
Is because I was tagged here by this this individual, still Devin Tracy. The Young Turks incited their fan Gavin Long to murder 4 police officers in 2016. They never admitted it. They never faced accountability, and here's the evidence.
I can remember watching videos in the past where this has literally been brought up. I can remember stuff like this being brought up.
At Nuxtaku with the Substack post. I'll be honest, when I saw this post, I didn't think it was real. I really didn't. I'm like, okay, all right. So, Hassan Piker's uncle, is doing Hassan Piker shenanigans. But then
This is effing insane. I thought it was BS until seeing all the evidence. How is this not a massive career ending? So, because they're big on the left, obviously.
actually looked into it a little bit. And it's, I think, true. I think they actually directly got somebody, incited somebody to kill 4 police officers.
I mean, because, sadly, the only time that I ever ended up hearing about this story was a passing comment from Think Before You Sleep in a video multiple years ago. I think it may have even been during the pandemic or just slightly after it, which would mean that video was multiple years old, and Think Before You Sleep has gained astronomical amounts of subscribers since that point. These were more of the early days when I had initially been viewing him. So it's entirely reasonable that it just did not end up getting the coverage that it needed. I mean, because like just look at the Minneapolis trans shooter, and the one school trans shooter that came before that. We're still waiting on a manifesto for that one, by the way, but the outright refusal to confirm them as trans, combined with the fact that you have a bunch of leftists online saying that it's a false flag, it's very telling.
And never actually faced accountability. And they're still doing it today. They're doing the same thing to this day. This is literally an instance that they're doing this today. This is Anna Kasparian going out there and saying that if someone comes for your family fight, when your family is a literal criminal, it should be deported from the country. And
yeah.
You are telling people to literally fight police officers, and who knows if that will get them killed. Now, this Gavin Long character, actually, was the antagonist in this 2016 shooting at the Baton Rouge police officers. Gavin Eugene Long shot 6 police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in an ambush attack, and he killed 4 of them. It's a real tragedy. It's an unbelievable tragedy. But what if I told you that the tragedy was so much worse than you thought? That not only was this person a fan of the Young Turks, but the Young Turks tried to paint this person as a conservative and then proceeded to copyright strike that person's videos that he posted to hide evidence that he was connected to them.
Are I wish that would prevent me from being able to hear this anymore. But I guess I also kind of have to. People need to be informed. Of which I guess I should just leave this note now. If there's anything that you want me to react to, just go ahead and leave it down in the comments, and I will I will farm my comment section for content. I don't have comment sections. I have content sections. Alright, back to losing my brain.
I am not even shitting you. This is a true story, and we're diving into exactly what's going on with the far left's freak shows that are literally telling.
Rolling Stones dropped their top 25 most influential creators of 2025. Number 1 Speed, 2 Drewski, no idea who that is. 3 Miss 4 Kai Cenat, he's literally in hiding. Quinlan B, have no idea. Caleb Heron, no idea. Mr. Beast. Can I just say it is a little bit frightening that he still remains as massively relevant as he is, despite all of the scandals and allegations. Hamas Piker, I've mentioned him all too many times. Obviously, I know him, and I know the name Alex Cooper. Never actually watched them, and Camila Araujo.
People to kill police officers. So Rolling Stone dropped their.
To be fair, telling your audience to kill a U.S. senator would technically be influential. Kill me now.
And over here you have Hassan Piker. Now, the funniest part of this entire list is that it's literally written by Taylor Lorenz.
I call cap. Hassan will be at number 1, or at least she was probably thinking of putting him at number 1, but is putting him only at number 8 for plausible deniability. Obviously.
Taylor Lorenz is a journalist who literally said someone had to do it in regarding to killing Donald Trump. All right, this is Taylor Lorenz.
No.
All right, I'm not even joking. This is a real thing. Taylor Lorenz over here. If you look at her biggest video on her entire channel, somebody needs to do it regarding killing Donald Trump. So this is the person that wrote the article, okay, that went out there and that put Hassan as number 8. To be fair, telling your audience to kill a U.S. senator is technically influential, unfortunately, but that is true. That is the reality, and that is something that this guy does. Remember, this dude's uncle runs the Young Turks.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Yep, I've seen this one all too many times. How many people did I watch covering this? Ugh.
Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican.
Yeah, why not just stop the fraud? That's exactly what Elon was trying to do.
Republican Party.
See, this is him telling his audience to kill a senator. So, I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the fucking tree, you know? He just called for violence against a sitting U.S. senator, and there are repercussions. And it's not just senators, it's police officers. This is him reacting to a police officer trying to protect her partner police officer and accidentally shooting him in the leg while doing so.
No.
And let's see what Hassan's reaction to that is.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Oh my God. Watch out. Are you okay?
Yeah, so this is just his reaction to someone literally just shooting a police officer.
How does I have a genuine question. How does he manage to have the most terrible, dreadful laugh when it comes to human suffering? Don't even get me started about how he laughs at the caskets of infants.
By accident, because, you know, this is the fucking party of violence. The far left is an actual freak show. It really, really is. Now, Shank Younger over here, you will recognize him. I've shown him a couple times in the past. He's Hassan Piker's uncle. He runs this massive corporation of fucking, you know, left-wing, far-left, radical news slop.
That's literally named after an organization that attempted to kill the Jews.
You will probably recognize him for clips like this, where he says that having sex with animals should be legal.
Here comes the controversial part, the part I shouldn't say. I believe that if I were the benevolent dictator of the world, I would
Benevolent. Get ready for the absolute objective worst take in human history.
legalize bestiality where you are giving, where you are pleasuring the animal.
Ah,
You see what I'm saying?
I see.
Ballad run!
Yeah,
Here
no
comes
one
the controversial-
sees what you're saying. And then he spends like another 5 minutes after that defending his point. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
This is a real thing. So
Yeah.
again, this is the person, one of the largest leftist voices. So here, I'll just skip to the. Just for the fun of it.
The potato's about to blow.
Just look at how he talks. Like it's these overly.
Look at how he talks. Look at that face. Look at that face.
The emotional radical fucks.
Does anybody on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News say that? No, they never say it. They lie to you on purpose to help Israel steal more land in the Middle East.
Of course.
Yes, still more land in the Middle East when they've already given more than half of their territory away to Palestine.
And they claim it's self-defense. Self-defense, my ass. It's a goddamn genocide. And
Yeah, your people did try to commit a genocide against Israel. Oh wait, you're talking about the other way around. Let me laugh even harder. Bah!
yes,
Look at this
Muslim
guy.
lives matter.
Yeah, Israeli lives matter too, jackass.
Of course, it's all Islamophobia. That's why it's happening. It's definitely not because Israel was attacked first, and it's.
Yeah, it's definitely not because Israel was attacked first, people were killed and women were raped. No, it's definitely not because of that.
Definitely not land that Israel literally had possession of, but
has had possession of for the last several thousand years.
to them in 2005. So it's obviously not about the land. But he's wrong about everything. It doesn't matter that he's wrong about everything. Like the dude, look at this guy.
superhumans. Oh my God, if they die, we all have to say, oh, we bow down to you. But if Muslims die, right? That's what.
If Muslims who perpetuated an attack and desire genocide die, then yes, burn in hell.
What American media does. That's what American politicians do. I'm so sick of our lives not mattering.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm not going to say that their lives matter more than other people's lives in certain countries, because that's not important. No one actually cares about that. But the point that I'm trying to make is these people are wild. Like, they are radical, overly emotional, pro-bestiality, literally telling their audience to murder cops, all right, in my opinion. And it does actually murder cops. So when I heard this story, the first thing I did was message this guy, Actual Justice Warrior.
Oh, yeah. Actual Justice Warrior, he does good work.
He does a really, really good job covering the radical fuckery that goes on in the Young Turks specifically.
Yeah, very specifically the Young Turks. Like, he was the one who was most excitedly... He was the one who was most excitedly anticipating the Anarchist-Parian Redemption arc, and it's gone off a cliff. Oh yeah, this is the chick that was on Tim Pool who thought that LGBT sex books were completely okay to have in school libraries, and calls it censorship when they take it out.
Keeps an eye on them. And he told me actually that the story is true. It didn't get any real coverage, but the story is true. So we're going to be doing a deep dive today. So apparently it starts at this timestamp, and let's see if it's true. We have to do this deep dive because I think that the radical left is a terrorist organization, and it got.
At this point, yes, they are. Because the worst part is that you don't really hear about any massive attacks being perpetuated by the faction of neo-Nazis in America, mostly because I don't know, they're smarter, which is sad to say, because they're neo-Nazis. They're freaking horrible people.
These 4 cops killed as direct response to it.
Very specific about my claims on the Culture War episode. Unambiguous in exactly what I was referring to, and the fact that cowards like John Idarola have to make it up, they have to hide the ball on this one, they have to say, oh, inspire Gavin Long. Not only did their bad reporting directly inspire Gavin Long, their false reporting, but then the Young Turks, after the fact, decided to smear conservatives as responsible
dude, these
for
people
his
are so
actions,
slimy, it's
and then
crazy.
they copyright claimed the evidence in order to hide it. And I have
Can I mention that the fact that they copyright claimed it? The fact that they copyright claimed it means that he was using footage from their shows.
proof of all of this.
Oh, damn!
You guys have been awaiting this, so let's get into it.
Before they took down his YouTube channel, and in the immediate aftermath of his shooting, I went to his YouTube channel. Called himself Cosmo. He had a channel called I Am Cosmo.
Okay.
And he had a couple videos on there from the Young Turks. He had this one right here. It was with Cenk Uygur, Jimmy Dore, and some random...
Bro! And they were trying to call him a conservative and he was making videos glazing the Young Turks? No way. Cop knocks out woman's teeth out in illegal arrest. Bro.
It was called Cop Knocks Woman's Teeth Out in Illegal Arrest.
So this is a screenshot from Long's YouTube channel. As you could see, this specific Young Turks video is there. And remember, Gavin Long would do reaction videos to the Young Turks.
They tried to frame this guy as some conservative guy that killed 4 police when it was a super fan that was doing reactions to their videos.
Yeah, because tell me an instance where a conservative opened mass fire on police officers. Not out of self-defense, out of active aggression.
And they knew that. Like, that's slimy. All right, but I have to see actual evidence for the direct incitement. That's what I'm here for.
like a video response person, but he would be affirming their positions. Now, in this video, again, they talk about the case that I referred to. A white girl got slammed by the police, broke her teeth. The police officer was fired because he was in the wrong.
But what's wrong with this guy? Is it like a power thing? Is it roid rage? Is it something like weirdly sexual?
I would guess the woman was not white who he did this to.
Oh my God!
Always gotta make it a race thing, don't we? Don't we?
God, dude, how do you, why would this happen? Why is this happening? You are literally radicalizing people. You are radicalizing non-white people to say that all police are racists and kill them. It was a white person that was beaten.
Oh,
I would guess. I'm not sure.
That's funny.
So in this video, not only do you see Jimmy Dore basically speculate that the woman was a black woman, when of course she was in fact a white woman, and this not really go challenged by anybody in the group, but you also have him say, when do we fight the cops? When do I give a little bit of resistance?
These are the cute words. These are the cute buzzwords we love so much.
It's the weirdest thing when you're around cops, right? You're like, oh, you want to be like compliant, right? But at the same time, if you don't know they're going to slam your head into a car or something, like you don't want to be so compliant. So when do I fight them? When do I give a little resistance?
When they start impeding on your rights.
Oh my God, dude. I'm telling you, these radical left fucks, they're using the same playbook every single time. Like, why did we let these people in our country, bro? What is happening? We have a legal system. We have laws. We enforce the laws that we have. What does that mean? When do you give the cops resistance? What the fuck? What are you telling your viewers? To give the cops resistance? This is diabolical. It really is. And let me just say, shout out to my fucking boys in the police force and the military. You are the GOATs. You are putting your body on the line to keep our country safe and alive. You guys are goated. Holy shit. Imagine needing to deal with these actual cretinous retards. Like, it's so frustrating, bro. It's so frustrating.
Be thinking, oh, Jimmy's just speaking out of turn or whatever. It's not like Gavin Long directly responded to this.
God.
But here's the thing.
Oh, yeah, because make it a race issue. Gavin Long had darker skin. So he probably thought that, he probably in his own mind went, they slammed one of my own and made her lost her teeth. I'm going to go shoot them now.
He directly responded to this. Again, this wasn't just watch some videos. This was reposted, did reactions to, and let's hear Gavin Long and tell me if something sounds familiar.
And another thing.
And this guy, by the way, ended up shooting 6 cops and killing 4 of them.
It's not really a principle, but it is in a way. So I just wanted to bring up when the Native Americans, when they were extincted by the same people that...
Wait a second. He's literally wearing the Young Turks hat. What?
Run this country?
They weren't extincted.
Or wait, no, that's TNT.
Question to you, just something for you to think about. At what point should they have stood up?
Bro. First of all, wildly different situations. Like, in every possible way.
That's something for y'all to think about.
Oh, my lord.
I've already meditated upon it.
He's meditated upon it.
At what point?
And his conclusion is the exact fucking words used by the Young Turks.
Should the Native Americans, who are extinct...
No, they're not. What are you talking about? And also, it wasn't...
They're not extinct. There are still plenty of tribes out in Africa. Uncontacted tribes with fiercely powerful people out there. You act like all of Africa has been colonized. No, it has not.
Because of just massive genocides. It was mostly due to disease. But obviously, that's the part of history no one wants to teach.
Should they have stood up? That's...
Why do we say that disease is the biggest killer in human history? It's because it is. It's wiped out entire swaths of populations.
Every individual has to think about that individually.
I love how he used the exact same phrase as the Young Turks.
You got to take that within and you consider that. So I'm out here in these streets.
Doesn't he just sound like a nice, well-spoken youth? Doesn't he sound like just some... This motherfucking retard, bitch, traitorous asshole ended up murdering 4 men in cold blood.
And this was back in 2016, so they don't even have the plausible deniability of saying, oh, well, like, half of black men voted for Trump.
To make it clear, All right, this absolute radical fuck should get the death penalty.
Streets, your brother Cosmo.
That was only during 2020. 2024.
Salute to you. You remember, you luck up, you get up, and you don't ever give up.
You don't want to be so compliant. So when do I fight them? When do I give a little resistance?
Crazy.
My question to you, just something for you to think about. At what point should they have stood up?
So when do I fight them? When do I give a little resistance?
Oh, God.
Isn't that eerie? That
It's the
Jimmy
same
says,
phrase.
When do I fight the cops? When do we give a little resistance? It doesn't go challenged by anybody on the Young Turks panel on this specific panel.
Of
They're
course. Obviously not.
Of course
These
not.
are radical, far-left freaks.
falsely reporting a story that particularly...
And I just showed you Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, the same podcast. She did this yesterday on CNN. Yesterday on CNN, she said, well, if someone comes for one of my family, of course, I'm going to get violent.
And I believe it was Officer Tatum who says, you hear racism and men tend to get overly emotional because of it. Once again, an emotionally unstable man is one of the most dangerous things in human society. Because you never know what they're going to do.
Oh my God. It's the same playbook. It's the same playbook. And in my opinion, this ended up getting 4 people killed. You radicalize this kid, who obviously deserves zero sympathy, this Gavin Long piece of shit. But it's unreal.
Fed that niche of Gavin Long, and you can hear Gavin repeating that. And since we know Gavin Long killed 4 police officers, we know what his answer was to that question. Again, direct inspiration from the Young Turks.
Go out
and that's
and shoot
not
them.
the last of it. There's more reaction videos from Gavin Long.
Dude,
now
stop.
again, the Young Turks' response to this was not to acknowledge it. The Young Turks' response to this was not to address it head on,
It was apparently to hide it.
not to condemn the violence that they inspired. Their response to this was to label it right-wing terror. So the
No
title of this
way!
video is 3 more cops.
Dude!
Yeah. Hide it and blame it on the other side. Which, funnily enough, is the exact thing that Hassan Piker is doing because of the Minneapolis trans shooter.
Stop!
Anti-government, quote, sovereign citizen group, end quote, member responsible. And in the description it says, police were recently targeted and attacked again, this time in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The attacker was a member of an anti-government sovereign citizen group and not affiliated with BLM.
Right, obviously. Not affiliated with BLM. A noble goal. That was a giant scam. That, in my opinion, BLM, the way it scammed money from people and the way it burnt down and committed actual acts of violence, I'm surprised that our government was such weak bitches that we let that happen. Actual shocking.
The man who was killed in a shootout with police is believed to have been the only shooter. Many people were worried that there was an active shooter situation in the wake of that ambush. The police have come out and said that they do not believe that.
And then not only will they push, oh, he was clearly a conservative, but then they will also use it as a way to call for restricting citizens' rights to bear arms.
That is the case. That person has been identified as an active member of the New Freedom Group, an anti-government group.
Hey guys, editing Sean here. So I went to look up this New Freedom Group because oftentimes what I see whenever a black person who's motivated by anti-white sentiment commits an attack is label them as a sovereign citizen group, when in reality, in actuality, you look up these groups and you find that they're black nationalist groups, and sometimes they share some things in common with citizens, but in reality, they are not what you would think of when you think of a right-wing group. And guess what I found out?
Oh, God.
The New Freedom Group that they put forward, they can't confirm that it exists. Reuters and the Southern Poverty Law Center both have never heard of this group, can't verify their existence.
Instead of just saying the truth, that it's a radicalized far-left freak show that decided to kill cops because of random, in my opinion, probably propagandizing and media manipulation that turned this person into a radical fuck. Like
how when trans people were being told that people are coming for their rights, and then suddenly, just in that instance, multiple trans shooters started popping up because of it.
BLM starting their whole fucking shit over the fact that a criminal was, died. That George Floyd died, all right? And literally decided, that's right, we're going to become terrorists and burn the country down for some reason. And realistically, it's the black nationalist individual with anti-white, anti-cop sentiment, radicalized, that decided to do this. And they made up a fucking fake group, freedom fighter nationalist group, that they put him in.
Yet it is stated
Evil
by
shit.
Motorola in order to make you think that this was a random, non-racially motivated, right-wing act of terror, just like all those other sovereign citizen attacks that are definitely white people. And that's why we didn't mention Gavin Long's race.
Of course.
Of course they didn't.
He's never going to say their race. And they're still playing the same tricks. The same tricks. It was a youth of unspecified ethnic background that just attacked somebody.
A white person. I'm gonna die.
Over the past 5 years plus.
But notes to be sure. Every time the race isn't mentioned, it's not a white guy, because when it is a white guy, it's very
because when it is a white guy, they always make sure to mention that it's a white guy.
very specific that it's a white guy.
Ambush-style attacks against police officers, one of the preferred tactics of these anti-government groups. They will call in for police to come to their home, and then they will attack them. This appears to be one of those sorts of attacks.
So 2 days after the Young Turks inspires this person to commit this crime. The same day, by the way, that the Young Turks actually published this video, July 19th of 2016, that they copyright claimed their videos, including Gavin's other video.
Oh my God! They copyright every single reaction to basically clean it up, so you can't tell that this dude was a massive Young Turks fanboy. Dude, actual evil shit.
Yeah.
So they definitely knew about this. Oh my God. You know what?
knew.
I bet they celebrated. I bet they fucking celebrated. Yeah, we inspired someone to take down a couple of them.
And we managed to make sure that the broader part of the public doesn't find out about it, and we were able to smear on the other side, and now we can use this as propaganda to advocate for more gun control.
Holy shit.
We're gonna get into the reaction video to the Young Turks off the channel. They're blaming the right wing and running cover for Black Lives Matter. They don't mention Gavin's race throughout the whole course of this. They just talk about right-wing terror, so they can inspire a terror attack directly, and then they'll pin it.
Create an actual false flag. Insane. They will inspire a terrorist attack against police officers and blame the violence on right-wing people. This is what Hassan does. Every time Hassan reads the fucking manifestos of the shooters and tries to come up how, oh, this shooter actually was secretly, yeah, I know the shooter said free Palestine, but it probably wasn't someone pro-Palestine. It might have been a false flag, guys. Like, they're doing the same shit.
On their political opponent.
One could think after so many instances of this happening that false flag is actually one of the key phrases that is just locked in their keyboard.
That's what John Iderola did right there.
Here's an image of this video on his channel. Of course, his channel is deleted now. 2 days after Gavin Long killed those officers, the Young Turks decided to cover up their association with this guy. What did they do? They filed a copyright claim against him.
Brutal.
For both videos that he had mirrored.
Now again, credits to Devin Tracy, Atheism is Unstoppable.
Wait a second. Bro, it's the same Devin Tracy. That's crazy. He came back. Bro, this dude, shout out to Devin Tracy, making sure this story doesn't die. Holy shit.
And thank God it finally got to nuts.
So important.
Running this down nearly 7 years ago.
I don't think this should ever be forgotten. Right? This is a classic example, in my opinion, because everyone says that these people are inciting violence. There's no direct tie from the violence committed to the people saying to commit the violence, even though I think it's very obvious. That when they say, when Tim Waltz goes on stage and says, let's get this Tesla stock even lower, while people are firebombing Teslas, in my opinion, it's really obvious that it's inciting the violence. But this is a direct connection. Like an actual correlation between the words used by the fucking radical left podcasters and the actions taken. by the lunatic murderers.
When this happened, his old video documenting the connection between Long and TYT and the cover-up has been an invaluable resource, and I highly recommend you go over and support him at subscribestore.
I will also try. I know that there's this Substack article that was put together. This Substack over here. I'm going to try to link it in the description if I remember also, with literally bullet points of all the information and all the connections, because there's so fucking much.
Atheism, again, it will be the top link in the description, because I couldn't have had access to all of these clips without his assistance. So go watch his content. It's absolutely amazing on these kind of topics. And one of the gems from his video is this tweet from Gavin Long to show you exactly where he's coming from. And considering the Young Turks don't name his race and just identify him as a vague sovereign citizen in this video, in fact, they make it the forefront of their video title to say this was a right-wing guy. I think this is an invaluable resource. Now, Long was tweeting about the Dallas shooter, and he said the following: "The shooter was not white, all caps. He was one of us. Hashtag my religion is justice." At at Zoe Williams, at Corey.
Actually sitting there and taking credit.
Holcomb. Now, are we surprised to hear familiar names like Tariq Nasheed being added by this person? Are we surprised that he is happy that the shooter was also black? Again, somebody who also contributed to the inspiration of his actions. Absolutely
Dude,
not.
it's
Again,
a radical
somebody who hated white people. He hated the police. He thought the police were evil white racists just hunting black people, and he got those ideas.
He thought they were evil white racists being evil white and racist.
From a variety of sources, but specifically from the Young Turks, as I'm going to show you with this other reaction video.
There's no reason to arrest her. And she's not going anywhere. He already said there wasn't a crime that was committed, yet you are black, and I'm a little pissed off that you're not doing exactly what I said. So I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to brutalize you right now in public in front of a school. I don't give a because I'm a cop, and that's why I became a cop.
Is he just making up like an entire fan fiction about an evil white racist cop brutally torturing black people?
I think he is.
Like, is that what you do? Comedian? Really? Comedian? That's what you do, Mr. Comedian?
Not a big thinker, and I like brutality.
What I can imagine goes through, I don't know what goes through his mind, but like, they've got to think this through differently. Like, if you don't think, like,
There's nothing going on,
in
Ben.
hindsight, if she'd given her last name, we probably don't have this situation. But you have to recognize as a police officer, what's going to happen if she doesn't? What's going to happen when I touch her?
Okay, I'll go out on a limb on this one. I'll go out on a limb.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, generally speaking, women do not want their bodies touched by random, strange men.
This is a police officer with actual cause. But again, I don't feel the need to debate this guy's points. This guy is a literal fucking murderer.
But again, I just went out on a limb to say that one. And specifically, black women, which I know they don't want their body touched by strange, random men.
Of which, in this situation, in this circumstance, there is no risk. You're okay.
There's no crime. There's almost no situation. By the way, there's nothing to de-escalate. Nothing's happened. They come in, they escalate.
That's right.
The police come in when there's a crime that happens usually, or, you know, they think a crime is happening. Like, what are we doing? Your best option is to always comply with the law enforcement. What are we talking about?
Cops came in. You're supposed to be the de-escalator. You came in and escalated the situation.
He's literally using their same words. This is, again, that long guy that actually... Dude, the fact that you have him talking, and in the reflection in his glasses, you have the Young Turks, is absolutely fucking haunting.
Almost no situation. By the way, there's nothing to de-escalate. Nothing's happened. They come in, they escalate.
That's right.
The cops came in. You're supposed to be the de-escalator.
Bro, he's just literally repeating their words!
Which makes no sense.
Their words!
You're supposed to make peace. You came in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and what if they're being violent? Do you attempt to de-escalate someone who's threatening other people's lives?
Invaded war.
Now, in this video, Jimmy Dore is, of course, doing his bloodthirsty, the cops are coming to get you, whole shtick. And I have to give credit, of all the Young Turks hosts, the only person who stood up was Ben Mankiewicz. If you listen to Ben Mankiewicz's commentary, and by the way, I'm going to link the full videos in the description from the Young Turks, because they've taken down none of these videos. All they did was inspire Gavin Long to commit a terrorist attack. They copyright claimed them on Gavin Long's channel, but Ben Mankiewicz deserves none of the smoke. He is reasoned. He talks about what you should do in this scenario. And by the way, don't think I didn't notice that John Iadarola is right there as Jimmy Dore's
Yeah, and no one's saying anything. Of course no one is saying anything.
Mr. Oh, we don't hide the ball. We're not ambiguous about violence. Wait till I show you John's cowardly reaction.
Oh,
Wait
shit.
till you see the smug John Iadarola who's looking into the camera like, oh, how could I even be expected to address this? React to Jimmy Dore with no condemnation, with nothing.
And that's the kind of city you want to run, where the cops cuff people, where they already on camera admitted there isn't a crime. She doesn't have to give her name. So they're illegally, and then you're defending that. They're illegally doing that. So again, this is the culture of America. We're in a police state. Police get to do
Oh my
whatever they
God,
want.
this fucking unbelievable amount of squealing I hear from these people. You are shadow boxing. You are literally making up situations and fighting your shadow demons. Oh my Lord. This is clear and cut fear-mongering. We live in a police state? Holy shit.
Even though it's illegal. We all know that she does not have to give her name. The cop already said it wasn't a crime, yet they brutalize her anyway, and the city defends them, and everybody's okay with it because they're cops.
No, I'm not okay.
I mean, that's the pro-terrorist Young Turks for you.
With it. I wouldn't give a damn if we have 7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah, I get the feeling if they're talking about a story that actually happened, they're only saying one side of the story. Welcome to news politics.
Hey, listen, if 6,999,999,000 of you were okay with this, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Yeah, we know, because you went and you murdered 4 innocent people.
I would have rebelled.
Yeah, well,
I would have stepped in. I would have came through. I would have.
I'm sure you would have
not complied.
Yeah, wow.
I would have died.
Yeah, we know.
By protecting that woman.
Now again, you could see Gavin Long reacting to the Young Turks, and
literally the reflection is in his glasses.
What makes this even creepier is in his glasses reflection, you can actually see the Young Turks video that he's reacting to. You can
Literally
see where
haunting.
He's pausing it to insert his commentary, where of course he's signal boosting the anti-cop messaging. Again, you hear it that he's specifically obsessed with black women, which goes back to our previous video.
And he literally outright said that he would die trying to protect. I'm putting that in massive air quotes.
About how they misreported that.
Right, they said it was a woman, and I bet it was black, a black woman. That's literally how he started.
Person who was attacked as a black woman. And by the way, speaking of John Iadarola, since I have the original full video, which has not been taken down, he actually opened this by identifying the race of the woman as the most prominent thing to, of course, imply racism, because if a white person...
Because it's all about the propaganda. This is the far left.
Precisely. It's always about the propaganda.
Is literally a propagandist machine, making up fake stories and embellishing facts to push narratives to get the people that listen to them to commit acts of terror. And
this is reminding me of Mentis Wave's video of... This is reminding me of Mentis Wave's video on democracy not being an actual perfect system of governance.
I think it's done maliciously and on purpose, because that's absolutely what they want. Of course that's what they want. That's why you never see them condemning it. From firebombing Teslas to burning down cop cars to attacking police officers, it's never ever condemned. Bro, Hassan Piker can't even condemn actual terrorist organizations in the Middle East.
Well, I mean, it's not... This is an instance of him not being able to condemn them. It's that he actively supports them. It's that everything that they do, he actually likes. He actually cares about. He actually wants it to happen. Because remember this, that Hassan's popularity was incredibly falling off in the build-up to October 7th. But then the moment that October 7th happened, his popularity shot right back through the roof. He became relevant again, and he's been riding the grift literally ever since. Not because... Well, I mean, one, because obviously he likes lining his wallet. He loves being that millionaire socialist with a Gucci bag. No, he... Because, like, not only does he not actually care about it, but, like, if you look at the pattern of his behavior and then look at... If you look at the pattern of his behavior and you hear the things that these terrorist organizations do, you realize that they're all things that Hasan doesn't actually care about, or more so, in fact, he actually actively supports it because he likes that it's happening. He likes that it's a propaganda machine that allows him to keep himself relevant.
And neither can his uncle, Cenk. They literally cannot condemn actual terrorist organizations. Forget condemn them, Hasan supports them. You don't think that's bleeding into America?
Does anything to...
Especially considering he tries to push himself so much towards Americans.
Black person, if a white cop does anything to a black person, it must be, by John Iadarolla's logic, race.
Earlier this year, 2 women got into a traffic dispute in Barstow, California. Importantly, in this case, one was white and one was black.
So again, I need to reiterate.
Here we go.
Importantly,
the standard that was put...
I love how when the victim is black, they mention it, but when the attacker is black, they don't mention it. It's almost like there's a narrative that they're trying to push to literally radicalize people.
Precisely. It's why to this day people still think that Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 black people when he literally shot 2 white criminals, one of which was a pedophile, one of which was a violent aggravator, and then obviously third one was literally the lawyer who attempted to sue him
to commit acts of violence.
Forward against me, against Tim on Timcast
Dude,
IRL.
this is so frustrating because this is actually growing in the United States of America, and no one actually seems to care that we have an actual radicalized terrorist movement in our country. All right, and who knows when we actually reach the breaking point?
And I mean, they've been building this for 8.5 years at this point, possibly even longer than that.
Is it too many times that Trump was called Hitler?
That's on this guy's social media page. So I'm not saying that you can't talk about these issues.
This is the journalist. This over here, Taylor Lorenz. Somebody needs to do it. An entire video talking about why somebody needs to kill Trump. Holy fucking shit. This is a journalist that worked for the Washington Post that is artificially inflating Hasan Piker, his numbers on Rolling Stone articles. All right, top 25 most influential creators with Hasan Piker over here, written by Taylor Lorenz, the person that says that somebody needs to do it. And Hasan is out there actually telling his audience to kill senators. His uncle is running a fucking Young Turks talk show where he's essentially telling people to, well, have sex with horses, but also telling them to, radicalizing them that, you know, kill police officers. Like, this is fucking insane. This is a grassroots terrorist organization agitated by retards.
You can't say these incendiary things or anything like that. I'm going by Emma Viglin's dumb standard that she didn't think through, and comparing and contrasting screenshots of time codes where Tim wasn't even talking, somehow making him responsible, to Gavin Long directly being inspired, directly repeating the false talking points from the Young Turks, and then acting based on that bad information. I'm making a much clearer point than the Young Turks are making, and there's a reason why they have to hide behind the ambiguity of, oh, maybe he watched some of our stuff sometime. No, he was directly inspired by you.
Yeah, I think it's important to note. Like, he's literally giving his messaging about being violent to cops with the reflection of the Young Turks in his glasses. If that's not the most chillingly, hauntingly symbolic thing I've ever seen, I don't know what is. And Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks learned nothing from this.
Thank you, God, for making glasses reflective.
Went on CNN yesterday and said we need to be violent to protect our family that might get deported by ICE. These fuckers. I hate the entire incite violence terrorist shit. It's so annoying.
Also, to all the people who say that there are illegal immigrants who have illegal immigrants in their family, and those are the ones that they're defending, why don't you encourage them to go through the process legally? Because that tends to be more advantageous, because then you can't have multi-billion-dollar companies take advantage of the fact that you're not an actual citizen and pay you less than minimum wage.
Oh my god! And it's deadly. And you have people fighting about, like, you know, random policy shit and whatever, like making believe that the far left actually deserves a place in civil society. Like, literally. The KKK and the far left, I don't really know if there's that much of a difference between them.
I thought the KKK was the far left.
Morally.
If my life, listen, she's gonna be protected, period. Whether my life gets taken or not. And this is a man's duty, you see. I'm not okay with it. Whenever it's a black man, then it's domestic violence. But see, what I see when I look at that, a woman, see, these officers aren't thinking. So I'm not thinking. I'm instincts without thinking. This is what I mean. You gotta
So stoop to their level instead of, try to calm them down.
being like,
yeah, instincts without thinking. Sound familiar? That's literally the entire fucking propaganda machine of the Young Turks.
I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of everyone has to grovel to Israel. But the minute you ask someone, can you be a decent human being and care about the Palestinians? They go, anti-Semite. No, F you. You're the one who hates Muslims.
Yeah. So, again, emotions without thinking. I've never seen that on the Young Turks.
It's because they're not thinking. So you have to go off instincts. Because once you start thinking, you'll start confusing shit. You'll start second-guessing natural instinct, which is natural law. You are naturally prone, you see. Because, again, I don't see uniform, you see.
So that's
And this is exactly why religion is important. Many religions were created with the exact intent of controlling people against their instincts so that they don't do morally reprehensible things.
I don't see uniform. I just killed 4 police officers.
So that's the thing. I don't know what I would do in that situation. So if you go over and you confront the cops, which you would do in any other situation if they weren't cops.
That's right.
Yeah, but they are cops. They are cops. They have been selected, whether you like it or not, to enforce the law. And we have legal rulings as to how we could go about and put them in jail if they actually do commit crimes. There are cops that commit crimes, absolutely. But what's the solution? Radicalizing millions of people to go out there and ambush and murder 4 police officers?
If any other
So it would seem.
situation, if there were 2 grown men pouncing on a woman who is pregnant and she's screaming and she's not a threat to anybody, you would go over there and you would start by punching those guys. That's how you would start.
That's pretty direct incitement.
You would start by punching them. Get off this woman. What is your problem? That's how you would start. But since they're cops, you can't do that. But
I don't know, maybe because you're conflating 2 different things that have absolutely nothing to do with each other. One is 2 random men jumping on a woman who's carrying a child. The other one are people that may be responding to a call of duty. Maybe that woman is a thief. Maybe that woman is a violent agitator. You don't know.
But maybe I would do that, and I'll take the jury trial. Maybe I would do that. I don't know. What if they were doing it to a dog? I wouldn't let somebody beat a dog. I wouldn't let that happen. I would stop the cops. But because they're cops, we're all supposed to shut down our humanity and walk away because they're doing the
Not shut down our humanity. Use our brains.
right thing. Those cops.
Like, these people are literally just emotion first, logic second. Oh my god, the cops are literally arresting the family members of hardworking Latino immigrants that illegally broke into the country and shouldn't be here. Like, literally, they do this same shit every time. It's like they're taking our family. Your family's a criminal.
Cops are brutal maniacs.
So,
Cops are brutal maniacs and we should fight them. Good lesson.
this is what I see. I'm not thinking. I see 2.
I am a leftist. Also, I am not thinking. We should kill cops. Everything, it's just so literally perfect. We are not thinking. We are leftists. Go fight cops. Wow, you literally put it all in one sentence for us, Mr. Young Turk, sir.
Men, both armed, attacking a pregnant woman who was not attempting to harm them.
Oh my God, he's using their exact same.
I was about to say, he's using the exact example.
They know she's pregnant.
He's literally using their line.
No, she don't even gotta be pregnant. She's a woman. She's not attempting to harm you. That's all I see. 2 armed men. Again, let me repeat.
And now let's make this clear. He didn't end up killing 4 cops in some sort of crazy incident where they were attacking somebody and he defended somebody. He ambushed them. He ambushed 4 police officers and, well, 6 police officers, shot all 6 of them, and killed 4 of them, all right, in an ambush. Because these people are radical fucks.
Because this is very simple.
And by the way, if you are just your average American that pays taxes and does their thing, they hate you. They hate.
They do. They do. They do.
Hate your complicity in this government that they think is evil.
Again, when you start thinking, you're gonna complicate it. It doesn't take this much shit. 2 men, 1 woman. Both of the men have weapons, and they're slamming her to the ground.
Again, the standard put forward by Emma Vigeland, repeated by these people on the damage report, with screenshots. I have Gavin Long with the Young Turks in the reflection of his glasses, repeating 1-to-1 the talking points of as they're saying them to him, as he's hearing them. Do I need to show you more Gavin Long reacting to the Young Turks with them in his glasses, with their video reflected upon him? It's symbolic of how
it really
he viewed the world and what he took out into the world. You can see it right there. Gavin Long,
and they tried to paint him as some far-right guy. Unbelievable.
Right.
The messages from the Young Turks about how these cops are coming after black women. It's the first thing that John Idarola emphasized in this story. It's something that he picked up on, specifically separated out other women from black women. It's something that he's highlighted uniquely on his channel from the Young Turks in the past. And now he's saying he would not comply. He would have died for that. And he did die for it, and deservedly so.
May he rot in hell.
This bastard killed 4 cops. And by the way,
he died too quickly, bro. He did. Absolutely. They should have fucking punished him slowly if they could have.
When I say 4 cops were killed.
Now, the question is, would Nux say, get the guillotine? You know what guillotine I'm talking about.
That doesn't even begin to describe the horrors that Gavin Long inflicted upon these people, because 3 officers were killed that day. However, 1 officer ended up in a coma for 4 months, and when he came out, this was the state of him.
Nick, head forward. For yes, and to the right for no. Show me yes. Big pull forward, chin to chest. There you go. Keep going.
Oh my fucking God.
Good.
It is heartbreaking.
Perfect.
Actually heartbreaking. This is just a dude that was
Now,
doing
the 3 that died
bro.
on the spot were Montrell Jackson,
Oh my God.
Brad Garofalo, and Matt.
Oh no. Oh no. That poor kid. Oh God.
Matthew Garrall. There were 6 wounded total, and the officer that I'm talking about who died later was fighting for his life. That was Baton Rouge Sheriff's Deputy Nick Tullier.
Mirror, Nick. Follow the mirror.
Oh my God.
There's the voice. All right.
Tullier was shot in the head and the abdomen. He was in a coma for 4 months.
Yeah,
and again,
this is a nightmare.
this is how he ended up. His
Holy
young
shit.
wife had to take care of him
dude.
for years until he ultimately succumbed.
Dude, most of my videos, I admit, are just making fun of retards, but I felt like this story was too serious to pass up. The action.
Too serious to pass up. Oh my God.
Radicalization that's being done, and the fact that no one actually really covered it. I don't, as far as I know, nobody knows about it. I've asked people, no one heard about it except for Sean over here, actual justice warrior.
To his injuries.
Yeah, we need to bring this back up. We need to bring this back up now before Anna Kasparian inspires someone else to be Long version 2.
Last year and passed away. That was the result of putting out all that anti-cop propaganda, of all of that being absorbed by Gavin.
Yeah, dude, these cops, their lives were worth more than you. Holy motherfucking shit. This is horrible.
One of them was a father. He had a baby boy.
It really is. Not only was there no accountability, no one even knows this happened. It was swept under the rug. They copyrighted the videos. They blamed some right-wing guy. Literally doesn't matter. And they're still doing the same shit. Anna Kasparian did the same fucking thing yesterday on CNN. She goes on CNN, she sits with everybody, and she says, you have to fucking fight. You have to.
This story needs to be put out there. This story needs to become as widespread as it can before something else happens.
To fight. They're coming for your family. You have to fight. I would fight. If it was me, I would fight. Now, don't do anything illegal. Little fucking disclaimer. This is like,
Yep, plausible deniability.
Hassan Piker saying, go kill your landlord in a video game, right? It's the same fucking thing. It's like, don't do anything illegal. Don't actually fight anybody. But yeah, if they come for your family, you should fight. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? This is evil. It's evil. This entire fucking family of inbred retards.
Of the lies.
Yeah, I call them inbred because in Turkey, the actual statistics are the average person in Turkey is inbred. So I actually said it based on statistic, not actually based on being racist or anything.
The Young Turks.
Yeah, unlike how Hassan refers to Jewish people.
Misreporting of these stories, mishandling of these stories, giving people the misperception that it was...
And the ideology! They literally told them to be violent. I would be violent. When do you start to resist?
A significant number of unarmed black people...
Oh, Lord.
When do you start to resist? When they start impeding on your rights, but that doesn't mean open fire on them. Your rights are there to protect you. You only open fire on someone who opens fire on you, someone who directly threatens your life.
Perfectly innocent, just being killed by the cops.
And that is the message that was being pushed everywhere. And it's so sad. It really is so sad. And then the cops showed up and murdered all of those unarmed, innocent black folk that really weren't doing anything at all. Dude, come on. Obviously, there are some racist cops. There's some racist everybody's. But let's just get a fucking life, okay? All right? We all know.
There are racists everywhere. It's not remotely as widespread as you think it is. You think that everyone who uses the N-word playing Call of Duty is racist.
13% of the wizards are doing about 50% of the black magic, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, okay? All right. Only about 13% of the orcs are loosing 50% of the arrows, okay? All right. Not trying, 13% of the ninjas throwing about 50% of the kunais. All right, listen.
But Nux, kunais don't kill people unless it's thrown by Madara.
Bro, dude, and no wonder why there's fatigue, bro. To deal with this for years of crazy radicalization,
evil white racism, and that is the result of it. That's what Gavin Long did. That's the legacy of the young
evil white racism doing evil white racism by being evil white and racist.
Young Turks when it comes to inspiring violent acts of terror.
Lying on her stomach, and with the parts that's getting everybody, she's screaming, lying on her stomach.
Yeah, what do you do in that situation if you're there? If you're a person and you see these...
Why is he even bringing...
If I see cops detaining someone, I mind my own freaking business.
This up if it's not to radicalize people. Why do you even give this hypothetical if it's not directly to push propaganda to radicalize people to do this? Otherwise, why even mention it? Why?
What about that, right?
You see these cops brutalizing.
Is saying like they're the ones who are supposed to be helping me, but who is supposed to help me when they are attacking me?
I imagine that I would have been like, I feel like I would have, first of all, I want to go up to her.
I would have videoed it and done nothing and tried to help if it was actually unjust later. I probably would not have attacked the fucking police, because A, they're armed, and B, that's how most of these instances happen.
Yeah, that's how most people end up dying in police shootings is because they engage on the police.
It's the resisting arrest. It's the fighting back. Dude, do you know what destroyed the Black Lives Matter movement? I'm gonna tell you this, and it's gonna
what destroyed the Black Lives Matter movement? Body cams.
Shake you to your core. It's gonna shake you to your absolute core. This is an example that happened this year. Body cam.
Yep, body cam
Footage released showing Deshaun Dante Leith, described as the black community leader who was fatally shot by PA state police officer after a multi-state chase. Now, this, in my opinion, with all due respect, in my opinion, this would have been a BLM inciting incident that would have burnt down half of Chicago, okay? But it wasn't. You know why? because there was body cam footage. Body cam footage destroyed BLM.
What's going on, man? What's going on? In the name of Jesus, watch out. In the name of Jesus, watch out. You're going to get hurt.
Right, this is the guy that's attacking and threatening a police officer.
Hey, get hurt. This more about don't touch me.
Right, he's telling him to, put your hands behind your back.
Next time you touch me, turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
And he's running away.
Fire team, send me another unit. He's on foot, going down the berm.
And here he is coming back.
You gotta go down.
And here he tased him, and he doesn't stop. And he attacked him.
Get down on the ground.
And he kept attacking him. You don't need to see how it ends. You got the point that I'm trying to make. Because of screenshots like this, because of body cam footage, who's gonna fucking burn down Chicago in defense of the racist police officer? Literally no one. This is a black community leader. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we actually got the footage, and no one is retarded enough to think that this is real. This is literally self-defense in the most classic term. But in a world without body cam footage, this would have been the evil racist cop killing the poor unarmed black man. It really would. And that's how these messages spread. So now it's ICE agents. All right, now you can't use that anymore. So now it's obviously ICE agents that are the bad guys.
Her.
Yeah.
And I want to say, like,
So
take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And say to the cops, you just give her a moment.
Yeah.
They would crack you.
Yeah, that's what you would say. You'd say to the cops, please chill. She's not resisting, please. And you'd start filming it. And the cops would get spooked if they're actually doing something wrong because you're filming it. That is what you do. All right, what's the response?
And they right.
And he says they would kill you. Oh my God, these radical fucks.
They'd hit me with like, don't approach this.
They wouldn't want you to come close.
They wouldn't want me to come close.
Yo, they would get away, and if you don't get away, they're going to crack your head too. So what do you do in that situation?
Bro, this is not reality, though. This is not reality. Like, what the fuck world are you living in? Fake delusion, Delulu land that is literally being used to propagandize people to be violent against police. Like,
Timothy Delulu.
That's literally what he's doing. He's giving an impossible hypothetical, and even if you were there, what would you do? Well, I would tell the police to try. They wouldn't let you. They'd kill you. All right, dude.
You just have to walk away and
right.
let an agent of the state brutalize a pregnant woman.
You take out your phone, you record it, but it was already recorded.
So you just what if they started punching her?
Right. Then
so you just let it go?
I don't know. What would you do?
What are you implying? What are you implying, dude?
Do you step in?
What point do you step in?
I will open my trunk and get a tire iron, and then call my dad.
I'm not sitting and watching.
All right. So, wow. Literal radicalization. This is a show with millions of subscribers. One of the largest leftist shows on the planet, by the way. All right, let me show you the Young Turks, okay? TYT, the Young Turks. All right, look at this. I'm not even joking. They have
6.2 million.
6.2 million subscribers. They kind of fell off lately, actually, because people are starting to realize that they're complete retards. Holy fuck, I didn't realize they fell off this badly. 23K, 26K, 15, 14, oh, dude, I'm bigger than the Young Turks. Damn, I'm bigger than the Young Turks. Yo!
Once again, they are the news now. I am the Capitan now.
Oh, y'all fucking slimy fucks deserve your failure. Rot in obscurity and irrelevance, you fucking savages.
I don't know what I would.
Subscribe, let's up those numbers. Let's get even bigger than the Young Turks.
Let's up those numbers! Screw you, Ludwig.
I don't think I'll ever be bigger than Chank Younger specifically. I mean, they do call him Chank Chunk Younger for a reason.
And with how much he probably wants China to take over, it'll eventually be Chiggy Chang Chunk and the Chocolate Factory Younger.
And he says he'll get the tire iron. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm not sitting and watching. That's what I'm not doing. Everything else is off of that.
Again, it's all there.
Wow.
It's all on.
Like, as a direct response to that guy saying I would fight the cops, he is saying I would fight the cops.
And he literally specifically says tire iron.
And he murders 4 people.
Greeny, you can hear what he's saying. Lord. He thinks that the police are out there hunting black people.
He does, because of these fuckers. Thank God for body cam footage.
Where do you think he...
Thank God for body cam footage. Oh my God.
He got that idea. The answer, again, on screen.
Unreal.
The Young Turks are reflected in his glasses as he's saying this, as he's talking about how he's going to protect that woman, how he's going to defend black people, how it's different when it's black people. All of this nonsense that's fed to him direct.
Yeah, literally just teaching double standards. Because without double standards, no standards at all.
By people at the Young Turks, he is reacting to, he is absorbing, and he's making his call to action right here. He's saying that he's going to step up in this video in response to a Young Turks video. Direct one-to-one inspiration,
Horrifying.
not screenshots
Horrifying,
that they
dude.
found on
Oh
his
my
social
God.
media. Direct reaction to the bull that's being put forward by the Young Turks, to the anti-white racial propaganda being put forward by the Young Turks, to the anti-cop propaganda
He's right.
that's being
He's
put
literally
forward by
right.
the Young Turks. And
I swear to God, something seriously needs to be done about this. It's because, like I said, because of the way that Anna Kasparian is handling this entire situation, more people are going to end up getting hurt. More people are more than likely going to end up getting killed. Someone needs to say something about this. This needs to become more mainstream. More people need to learn about this. More people need to blow up on the Young Turks. Maybe probably tell them to get rid of Anna Kasparian because she's radicalizing people to do absolutely villainous things. Ugh.
Oh
when
God,
this
I'm so
happened,
mad.
When they discovered this, what did they do? What did they do? They copyright claimed the video. They buried the story. That's what the Young Turks did. Then
They copyright claim, they hide the story, they blame it on the other guys, and then use it to push propaganda.
And they blamed you. They said it was sovereign citizens, right-wingers. You did it. You on the right are responsible for this, even though we see it cooking in his brain right here on video.
It was already recorded.
So you just what if they started punching her?
Right, then
So you just let it go?
I don't know. What would you
At
do?
what point do you step in?
What point do you step in?
I will open my trunk and get a tire iron and then call my dad.
I'm not sitting and watching. That I don't know what I would do. And he says he'll get the tire iron.
Again, they're just egging it on right here.
Oh my God,
Ben is saying
dude.
I would.
And Gavin Long didn't get a tire iron. He got a shooting iron.
Record. I would
And
do
just let's remember, not only did they try to bury this story and no one knows about it until, well, I mean, thank God Mr. Actual Justice Warrior made this video, and I'm making this video, and you should share it around to everybody.
Yes,
but
thank
make
God.
it so clear that it's still happening. Make it so clear. They learned nothing. Anna
Yeah, no,
Kasparian went onto CNN. This isn't even in the comfort of their own show, where I don't watch their show. It's actual slop. But I'm sure that they keep doing this. I'm sure that they're doing this every day. Oh my God, she went on CNN and said this.
Yeah, she went on CNN and said this. It wasn't even on her own platform where she's safe to say whatever she wants. Unless it's... No. This was on a platform that she did not own. What does she say now? Zero responsibility.
You can't act violently, and Jimmy is trying to get to the point where he's saying that he'll take out his tire iron. And by the way, there's John Idarola, Mr. Unambiguously, we reject violence over at the Young Turks.
Yeah,
Gavin Long is a...
They all do that. It's such a fucking snake lie. It's so annoying. I hate it when they do this the most. We reject violence. Go kill people. It's like, well, you just told us to kill people. But don't worry, they had their little fucking asterisk at the top. You know, the little fucking asterisk in a video game. You know, you start off your video. Everything I say, all the following I'm talking about in a video game. And then you literally go on the most blood-curdling fucking savage rant of all time.
Absorbing this.
Hassan Piker 101.
This is back in the day, before the shooting. John Idarola maybe could have said something right here. He probably could have condemned Jimmy Dore's violence. Remember, the Young Turks do this all the time. But I said I would have his reaction. You're still going to have to wait on that because this story is not over.
So that's the thing. I don't know what I would do in that situation. So if you go over and you confront the cops, which you would do in any other situation if they weren't cops.
That's right.
In any other situation.
Dude, I love how this dude's tongue is literally flicking like that. Oh, dude, who's that guy that does it? The guy in like the Grima worm tongue. You know, the guy in Lord of the Rings that's like fucking whispering into the.
Oh God.
The old king's ear to like literally fuck his people. And he's just like sitting there, Barty Crouch Jr. looking motherfucker from Harry Potter, manipulating Harry to join the fucking Triwizard Tournament, licking his lips like a fucking demon. Brother!
If there were two grown men pouncing on a woman who is pregnant and she's screaming.
Guys, by the way, this is actual 4K footage. Demons are real.
And she's not a threat to anybody. You would go over there and you would start by punching those guys. That's how you would start.
That's how you get killed.
You would start by punching them. Get off this woman. What is your problem? That's how you would start. But since they're cops, you can't do that. But maybe I...
Dude, it's actually so fucking harrowing. It's actually so harrowing. The fucking tongue flicking and everything while he's basically...
Yeah, and also, this thought just occurred to me. He gave a general purpose example and then directly related it to the cops. As if saying there's no circumstance where police are justified in using physical force to detain someone. He's saying any police officer who uses any form of violence is not justified.
You know, endorsing a terrorist attack. Oh my god.
I would do that, and I'll take the jury trial.
So, this is what I see. I'm not thinking. I see two men, both armed, attacking a pregnant woman.
Dude, what is he
was
doing
not
this guy?
attempting to harm them.
Oh.
And they know she's pregnant. No, you don't even gotta be pregnant. She's a woman. She's not attempting to harm you. That's all I see. Two armed men. Again, let me repeat, because this is very simple.
Bro.
Right, because migrants, because all those pregnant migrants that have been used to steal from people, they never once got violent on people that they tried and failed to steal from. Yeah, no, pregnant women are just incapable of being violent.
Again, when you start thinking, you're gonna complicate it.
Now, again, I will point out that Gavin Long right here is talking about how, he doesn't see the uniform. It's just a woman being assaulted. Again, that is directly from the Young Turks video. One-to-one inspiration. Need I say it one more time? You know what? I'll say it. One-to-one direct inspiration.
Crazy.
But you know what? John Adarola's right there. John Ad had the chance to step up. He heard Jimmy Dore calling for violence, saying that we need to get to the point where you physically fight back. And John Adarola is not ambiguous. Look at the smug look on John Adarola's face from last week, talking about how the Young Turks hosts have never made it unclear that they're against violence.
Right.
Have the hosts in the show repeatedly said that political violence is not acceptable under any circumstances.
But you literally call your political opposition Nazis.
Dude, I literally don't believe the words coming out of your mouth. Like, why are we playing this game? It's like, you'll have someone with fucking disclaimer, don't kill people, and then they literally tell their audience to kill people. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we playing these games? It's like a devout racist that wants to go back to Jim Crow America says he doesn't hate black people. You know what? I believe him. I believe him.
I hate how much that fits. I want to cry now.
Yeah, absolutely. He says he doesn't hate black people.
That seems like a relevant thing to consider. All of the hosts at TYT constantly say that.
Like
constantly. Sure.
It's so funny because, again, on the left, they'll call you, racist, homophobic, whatever. But let's say you deny it. Or let's say you deny it. Let's say I'm not homophobic, okay? Is that still going to stop them from canceling me? Absolutely not. They don't care what you say. They literally don't, bro.
I mean, Doja Cat.
These fucking retards, they go out there. They label you the way they want to label you. They radicalize their audience to see you as the villain. And they literally prod them until they commit acts of murder.
No bones. We're not trying to wink and a nod to the audience like, hey, maybe we get to do something extreme. No, it's unacceptable in all cases.
What does John Adarola say? what does he do? Ben Mankiewicz has made his position clear. Ben Mankiewicz has done the right thing. Ben Mankiewicz has rejected Jimmy Dore's calls for violence. What does John do in response to this? In this video, still up right now on YouTube, even though it inspired Gavin Long.
Problem, that's how you would start. But since they're cops, you can't do that. But maybe I would do that, and I'll take the jury trial. Maybe I would do that. I don't know. What if they were doing it to a dog? I wouldn't let somebody beat a dog. I wouldn't let that happen. I would stop the cops. So, but because they're cops, we're all supposed to shut down our humanity and walk away because they're doing the right thing. Those cops are brutal maniacs. That's what, did you see how they had her?
Those cops are brutal maniacs. Conflating all cops with being brutal maniacs. Yeah, that's not going to radicalize anyone.
There's a woman dropping off her second grade kid. There was no crime committed, yet we're going to brutalize this woman because she didn't do exactly as I said, even though my request is illegal.
Yeah. And again,
it goes back to the mindset of the people who join the police. People who join the police like brutality.
Oh my fucking God, these people are such subhuman scum. Yeah, people that become leftists like brutality, it seems. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we fucking doing? These are heroes, okay? I made my position clear before, I'll make it again. The police are heroes, right? They're putting their body on the line to protect their country. They're fucking heroes, all right? Obviously, there's gonna be bad apples, because there's bad apples in every group. There's some bad Jews, bad blacks, bad whites. There's some bad people in every group, all right? But by and large, the police are fucking heroes.
That's why they're cops.
Yeah, that's right. John, Mr. Today...
Like, it's crazy that he could go out there and say, police like brutality. They become cops because they like brutality. And we should fight back. And then, like, an obvious superfan goes and murders 4 cops. Like, you're going to tell me that there's no correlation here?
Tough guy. Back then, when it mattered the most, just nods and says, yeah, that's it. He agrees with them. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't address it.
What a snake.
Mr. I'm gonna stand up against the violence. Now, you might say Jimmy Dore's not on the Young Turks anymore, so this isn't really relevant. He was the one really egging things on. But the thing is,
it is still relevant. We literally just saw Anis Kasparian doing the same shit yesterday.
Yeah,
like, it's the same playbook.
That doesn't
Hassan does it on his stream all the time.
matter. Jimmy wasn't fired because of this. He wasn't disciplined because of this. He left on good terms, and then they had a falling out. And again, if the Young Turks had changed, if they had changed in their police coverage, if they had stopped racializing each and every one of these stories, maybe you would have...
But no. Now you're a horrible person if... You're a horrible person if you condemn terrorist organizations. You're a horrible... You're a horrible person if you support ICE agents deporting people who illegally entered the country. No. They didn't change. The people change. The people speaking changed. The things being said did not change.
A point. If they had stopped direct calls for violence, maybe you'd have a point. But here's a call for violence from a Young Turks video from June of this year.
You've got to be shitting me.
And don't be afraid to get involved. Like Benny said, putting yourself
Oh
back in the
my God! What is this discount Boyna band in the middle? What is that?
in the situation. I know we're not supposed to, support violence, but hey, sometimes it's like punching a Nazi. Just got to get in there and...
Dude.
Punching a Nazi, you just gotta get in there. ICE or the Gestapo! We don't support violence.
Oh my fucking God, they haven't changed at all.
They haven't.
Welcome to the radical left.
They
okay?
haven't.
These are violent domestic terrorists, in my opinion. All right?
Yes.
It's like punching a Nazi. And then guess what? They call every single person that voted for Trump a Nazi.
And they call ICE his Gestapo.
They call the majority of the country Nazi. And here they are, endorsing punching Nazis after they've labeled everyone they don't like as a Nazi. Right? They call ICE the Gestapo. Nazi police. All right? That's what they call them. And then they say, oh, we don't actually endorse violence. What are you talking about?
Don't make it happen.
No bones. We're not trying to wink and a nod to the audience.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's like punching a Nazi. You just got to get in there and, make it happen.
That's 1 month ago on a story, which, by the way, was about somebody destroying a cardboard pride display inside a Target store.
Based!
Believable! This is over destroying a pride flag? All these motherfuckers burning the American flag and crying about pride flags. Literally, you're all crazy.
This woman concludes it with, well, I know you're not supposed to call for violence on the internet, but sometimes you gotta get in there and punch a Nazi. And then she smiles like it's funny. Like the Young Turks haven't directly inspired violence in the past.
Shit.
And by the way, it's not just Gavin Long. It's not just
It's
this
all
story.
of them.
If you don't think
It's
I have
all
more
of them.
information on this, you're crazy.
Uh-oh.
But this is what they do a month before, within the same month of John smugly saying the hosts are totally not ambiguous about this. Again, we have other stories from the Young Turks of people threatening to smack the crap out of people.
So I've had it and I'm done. And if I see Will Kane, I'll slap the out of him and show him what a large black man with superhuman strength can do.
Not too long ago, the Young Turks had this.
That's one big body to lower into a grave.
Asian woman talking about how she wants to beat up Matt Walsh. She
No
wants
way.
to fight Matt Walsh.
No way.
Why? Because Matt Walsh has political opinions that she disagrees with.
I also know women who could beat the.
Ah, my ears! Ah! Ah! Oh, my ears! Oh, my ears! My ears! My ears! My ears hurt now. Oh my god, my ears hurt. I was not ready for that. Give me a warning, god dang it.
Crap out of him physically. Like he thinks he's this. Women don't understand violence. Oh, let's do this, Matt.
Yeah, she'll poison you.
Okay, we're just.
I know that's freaking.
Let's do this, Matt.
I never played football, and I have no interest in football, and I don't care about football. But
Awesome. I can't wait to tackle you to the ground and then bounce into outer space.
I care about punching Matt Walsh in the face in a sanctioned way.
Fair, sanctioned way.
No bones. We're not trying to wink and.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I don't want to hear it.
About it, and he literally winks about it. Oh my god!
And I have no interest in football, and I don't care about football, but I care about punching Matt Walsh in the face in a sanctioned way.
And I care about solving world hunger by turning down your diet 5 million calories.
Fair, sanctioned way.
It's funny because earlier on in this segment, you would hear Brett Ehrlich say, oh, well, people don't watch each other's
crazy.
shows, so they don't really know what they're saying.
So ridiculous. So I watched a lot of this. I don't really watch Tim Cass, and there's a real conversation to actually be had.
I think that's the end of the story, and he moves on to just basic calls of violence.
Moved by the fact that you guys donated to Christian.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. For the funeral of that guy, and it's insane. And they're still. Oh my god. And this is actually heartbreaking. And he ended up dying. He ended up succumbing to his injuries, and this poor man ended up dying, murdered by a super fan of the Young Turks.
Falls unconscious into a coma for 4 months, wakes up to have his life irrevocably changed, only for the injuries to still have not fully progressed to the point that they would eventually. May his wings guide him to heaven.
But nah, yeah, so that's the story. These are radical fuckers that are literally, in my opinion, radicalizing young Americans based on false pretenses to commit acts of terror in America. They did it with BLM. They did it against cops. They're, in my opinion, still doing it now against ICE. and basically doing it against every Trump voter. They say punch a Nazi, and every Trump voter's a Nazi. You do the fucking math. So yeah, I really felt like this video needed to be done. I made this one out of almost like I felt obligated to do so because, you know, I make memes and shit, but I am a bigger YouTube channel than the Young Turks right now. Holy fall off, Batman.
A third of the subscribers, many more views.
And, I am a bigger YouTube channel than the Young Turks these days, so I felt like, yeah, we gotta absolutely cover this. Again, Hassan Piker's uncle, but much shock.
Oh wait, is this the
much
channel?
Shock to me that the guy that says "kill Rick Scott"
is this
is
the channel
actually,
that has?
an
No,
apple
this is the
didn't
channel
fall
that doesn't
far
even have
from
a
the
million
fucking terrorist
subscribers.
tree. See you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen.
But like, if we just count his main channel, third of the subscribers, significantly more views.
Rest in peace to the 4 police officers that were killed by this absolute degenerate fuck. Fatigue is rising, and it's here. And these are conversations that we can actually have for the first time, literally ever. And most importantly, up those numbers. Definitely subscribe. I'll link in the description, Justice Warrior. And again, I wanted to thank this Devin Tracy fellow for tagging me and telling me about this story. I'm shocked that I didn't know about it, that they brushed it under the rug so successfully. This is fucking insane. I thought it was bullshit when I just heard about this until seeing the evidence. How is this not a massive career-ending story?
Yeah.
That is the question I have. How is it that these radical left fuckers will incite and directly inspire murder, and just get away with it and not even changing?
Because they've been doing it for so long, they know how to get rid of it.
The same thing, to the point that Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks did the same fucking shit on CNN yesterday. They've learned nothing because they want to destroy America. They hate you, and to be honest, we must reject them. See you in the next one. Bye.
Let's pray. Let's pray. Let's pray that the next video isn't as painful to watch as this one. This one probably hit on like every base that makes me genuinely angry and genuinely sad as a human being. We had a child being deprived of a father, especially a child with darker skin. I mean, the divorce rate in the black community it hovers around 70%. So you have an overabundance of children that grow up without their fathers. Maybe their fathers are horrible people, but then one could also turn that around to say, well, why are all these terrible men able to have children? Like what are they doing to convince women to carry their child? There's so many questions and so much analysis that can really just go into that one question alone, into that one premise, into trying to understand and try to explain the overall mess that's going on with the black community, that one can only hope it will gradually begin to repair itself, especially as people begin to return more and more to common sense. Cross our fingers on that one. Because like immigrants are the heavy focus now, and at least something that I noticed during the entire situation where immigrants were being shipped off to New York City is you saw that there was actually a significantly high amount of African American individuals that were getting exceedingly angry because of all the social services that were being drained by illegal migrants. And you saw significant amounts of dark-skinned individuals specifically talking to Eric Adams. Eric Adams is the mayor of New York, right? I think I'm forgetting. Mayor or governor. Governor. And you had so many black people literally just voicing nonstop anger and aggression towards him. Mostly, primarily, at least from my experience, it was directed towards the migrant crisis, but then even more there have been vocalized sentiments of black people literally going up to him and saying that we as the black community have been voting for Democrats for so many years and yet nothing has changed. So maybe, just maybe, there might actually be a chance for change, a chance for things to be better. We can only hope. We can only hope. But we know that there is some level of an awakening, that people are coming back towards common sense and are actually demanding more of their public servants. Yeah, alright. I'll be going ahead and ending it here. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, it helps make this a lot more visible in the YouTube algorithm, and obviously with the way that YouTube is counting views, it will actually register the fact that you watched this video. For a general premise, my content will generally vary between either political, cultural discussion, or I'll just be watching VTubers having fun, because VTubers having fun is a good way to heal the heart. Unless you think Kafillian is a Nazi. I have no hope for you if you think that she's a Nazi. Actually, no. Okay. There's always some hope for people. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next one. Susano'o out.